So Sonic's track record with racing games has been spotty at best. We had the Game Gear titles Sonic Drift 1 and 2, which were okay, nothing special. And then we had Sonic R, which except for its phenomenal soundtrack, wasn't really a good game at all. It only had 5 tracks and the controls were stiff as hell. And then the Sonic Riders games came out, and while I will admit that I eventually warmed up to the 2 games, I don't expect any other gamers to like it like I did. The first game has so many things you need to know about how to take shortcuts, how to maintain your air meter, what pathways your character type could handle. The learning curve is way too high for what it's supposed to be. So now we cut to 2010, and Sumo Digital are once again tackling the Sega Superstars franchise. We had a pretty great tennis game with Sega Superstars Tennis, and now it's time for our blue blur to hit the road one more time. Yeah, instead of calling the game Sega Superstars Racing, it is now called Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing. I guess Sega figured it wouldn't sell as well unless Sonic was in the title. And let's face it, the roster of this game hasn't been doing much of anything since the mid-2000s. You want to weep for Mega Man? Well, how about these guys? Dead franchise, dead franchise, dead franchise, dead franchise, dead... Wait, what? There's a Shenmue 3 coming out? How the hell did that happen? But I digress. Ladies and gentlemen, I am pleased to announce that not only is Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing better than all of Sonic's previous racing games, it's honestly one of my top 3 favorite kart racing games of all time. Oh yeah, it's that good! So this game gathers a whole bunch of your favorite Sonic characters from Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, Amy, Shadow, Dr. Eggman, hell, even Big the Cat is a playable character in this game. Finding Froggy has never been faster. Among them is a huge collection of Sega characters, many of which weren't in Sega Superstars Tennis. Now we can play as the Bonanza Brothers. You know who they are, right? Now we can play as Zobio and Zubiko from some obscure House of the Dead game. Now we can finally play as the Choo-Choos from Choo Choo Rocket. Even Billy Hatcher joins the fray, along with some old favorites like Ooh La La of Space Channel 5, Beat from Jet Set Radio, and of course the original Sega mascot, Alex Kidd. It's a great collection of racers, and aside from the Sonic crew, there aren't barely any clones or duplicates. You can also buy Metal Sonic as DLC as well. He is the only DLC racer that came out for the game, along with a special racetrack based off of the Death Egg. But that's not all either. This game was released for the Xbox 360, PlayStation 3, and the Wii, and certain versions of the game got a special bonus. If you're playing the Wii version, that means you get to drive around as your Miis, in all their non-HD glory. And if you're playing the Xbox 360 version, you got 2 bonus characters. The first being the blatant ripoff of the Miis, your Xbox Avatar. Hey, I don't think I've shown my Xbox Avatar yet, huh? He's wearing Eggman's outfit. I know, what a shock. It's something you can unlock from playing Sonic 4 Episode 2. Though Sonic All-Stars Racing has a hard time emulating the outfit because it screws up the colors of it and my guy loses his shades. His shades, man! You need them! But the real special bonus for Xbox users, you get to drive around with these guys. Oh yeah, Banjo and Kazooie are in a Sonic game. You get to play as Banjo and Kazooie in the Xbox version of this game. That's pretty freaking great. And it's not like it's out of place. I mean, Banjo's first ever appearance was in Diddy Kong Racing. Surprised the game acknowledged a Nintendo title in the biography section. By the way, I did a Let's Play of the original Banjo-Kazooie on this channel. Go check it out if you want. It's fantastic. And PlayStation users get nothing. Nothing at all. I know, right? No Jak and Daxter or Sweet Tooth or whoever. If you owned the PS3 version, you got the least amount of content. Ah well. So let's talk about the gameplay finally, huh? This game sports over 24 different racetracks, all based on certain Sega franchises. Sonic, of course, Super Monkey Ball, Jet Set Radio, House of the Dead, Billy Hatcher, and Samba de Amigo. And that's pretty much it. Each course variant has 3 different tracks dedicated to it, and Sonic is so important it gets 3 different variants. One based on Seaside Hill, one based off of the casino areas, and another based off the Final Fortress. All of these themes appearing in Sonic Heroes. It probably would have been better to sacrifice 2 of the Sonic variants for other Sega franchises, but I can't complain too much. Billy Hatcher has winter stages, and it also has a volcano one. Super Monkey Ball can have the jungle as well as a desert, so there's still some diversity, and it helps that the soundtracks of all the games are present. The game doesn't have too much in the way of original content, no remixes or anything, but it's got some of your favorite Sonic and Sega tracks. You can even listen to some Sonic R music in this game, making having to play Sonic R a non-issue. And like Sega Superstars Tennis, just before a race starts, you can alternate from a select bunch of tracks to play the song you like best, which I appreciate. Concept of love, all day, every day.
Perfect. Shadow just taking it in stride.
So everyone's driving a vehicle in this game. Why is Sonic in a car, you may ask? Because those are the fucking rules! Of course Sonic would win in a foot race. That's not what we're measuring. How good of a driver is he? That's what we want to know. What are you, stupid? The controls on this game are smooth as butter, and I absolutely love how it handles. When you're drifting on the road, you can push left or right to lean into corners really well. The drift mechanic is actually my favorite way of drifting in a kart racing game. The longer you drift, your tailpipe will shoot colorful flames out the back. It goes blue at first, then yellow, and finally ends in red. And when you let go of the drift, you go much faster and skyrocket past the competition. As it should be. In a lot of old-school Mario Kart games, you'd have to keep tilting the control stick back and forth, left and right, left and right, left and right, in order to get some boost going on. Or in something like Crash Team Racing, you'd have to push the R1 button in time with this meter, and I had to look at it and focus on it way too much, and those systems just didn't really work for me. This is simple. I don't have to think about it. And when you know the timing of the vehicle you're driving, you can pull a split-second red boost, and I love doing it every time. I love how great the drifting is. Another way to gain boost is to hit the drift button when you jump in the air. Your character will do an animation, and when it finishes, his exhaust will start with the blue flames. Do another trick, you get yellow. Do another, you get red. Not every jump allows you the ability to trick 3 times, however, so you don't want to be tricking when they land, because otherwise the boost won't kick in. So you're encouraged to act dangerously for the boost power, but you gotta know when to stop. But it works well, and I like it. Boosting in general is treated as a power that helps players on the road as well. Many of the courses have all kinds of hazards, like the balls in Super Monkey Ball, or the egg ponds and badniks in the Sonic stages. And as you would expect, you run into that stuff, you're gonna spin out and slow down. But if you're boosting as you run into these guys, you plow right through them with no loss of speed. Out of my way, jerk-ass! It's always a satisfying thing to be drifting a corner, see an obstacle coming your way, and then let go of the drift button for that brief boost to save yourself a hit. Another thing I love about the gameplay, the items are not overpowered at all. Something that sucks about Mario Kart is that sometimes it feels more like luck than it does skill. And it can be real annoying when the unavoidable blue shell always wrecks you, or the crew are constantly getting turned mini by some lightning or whatever. And Sonic All-Stars Racing doesn't do that. There's no blue shell equivalent, and most of the items are fair and balanced, keeping the flow of the race intact. Like, your car doesn't usually stop for anything. Even when you get rocked by a homing missile or a bomb or something, you briefly spin out, you do lose speed, but you don't momentarily stop for 3 seconds or anything. You never feel like there's an item that will completely fuck up everything you've been doing and feel cheated because of it, you know? Even when your character ends up accidentally flying off the track or something, they immediately come right back. Look how fast that was! No Lakitu or Aku Aku mask taking its sweet-ass time. You fall out, quick 1-second transition to bring you right back. It's fast, it flows well, and I love it. Hell, the other thing I appreciate, even on the lower difficulties, the game is still fast. You ever hate getting trophies in Mario Kart in the 50cc modes because it moves so much slower than the 100cc and 150cc stuff? Well, in Sonic All-Stars, the speed is fast no matter the difficulty. That's great. The only item that could be seen as a game changer rarely affects the people in first and second anyway, and it's the All-Star move. You have to be really behind in the race for it to even appear when you grab an item box, but when it does, you get this brief window where your character will go super fast while attacking everyone around them. Sonic, for example, will turn into Super Sonic and boost through everybody.
Sonic's going all-star! Batten down the hatches! Cover your ears, folks! We got ourselves a Sonic Boom!
Now I'm serious!
And I thought Sonic was quick before. I sit corrected.
Tails will send little mini tornadoes as he flies super fast. Knuckles will use the Master Emerald to ground pound to his heart's content. Amy will smack people with her hammer. Dr. Eggman will be the best kind of dick and shoot tons of homing missiles in his Eggmobile. Froggy actually shows up for Big the Cat and drags his ass hopping to run into everybody else. And Shadow turns super form as well to shoot some Chaos Spears.
I can't believe it. How can it be? Open your eyes. Maybe you'll see.
Like I said, this ability rarely affects people in the top 2 positions, and when I went for the harder trophies in the Grand Prix mode, I never cringed or felt bad whenever I heard someone's all-star move kick in. I don't find it to be a game breaker, and you can turn it off in the options menu anyway. Hell, when you're playing online, all-star moves aren't even allowed, so if you're trying to prove you're the best to random strangers on the internet, you don't have to worry about that at all. And yeah, the online features are still working just fine in 2015. I managed to have a bunch of games with people reliably, and I had no issues whatsoever. It even has voice chat!
Okay. I'm the choo-choos! I'm the choo-choos! I love the choo-choos! Oh my gosh, I have him too. I have the guy, those people, Jackie or whatever.
Oh, you wacky kids! As for the tracks themselves, I personally love driving through all of them. I will say that some of them are going to be a little harder for some casual players, especially if you're driving in a Super Monkey Ball stage. Every Monkey Ball stage has a ton of sharp turns and will require heavy attention to be paid to the arrows. Remember to let go of the acceleration for some of those sharper turns. It will save you running into a wall. But the graphics of this game are superb, and I love how much love and care went into the course design. I still get crazy thrills whenever I hit a jump in Shibuya downtown, or when I smash the glass ceiling in House of the Dead. The courses have tons of alternate routes and shortcuts to keep things lively. It gives players a choice of what direction they'd rather be going, and it's always appreciated. Did I mention I love the animation of the characters? I like that in the game, it's implied that Eggman's monster truck isn't working properly, so he's constantly having to whack it in order to get it back to normal. Like, there's even a taunt where, as you're driving down the road, Eggman will keep smashing the back of it. He'll hop out of the seat to keep smashing the back out of it. And, yeah. Don't worry, he can drive just fine getting out of the seat. Hell, every character can drive just fine when they get out of the seat. I don't know why, they just can. And then look at Shadow over here. Dude comes off as a stoic loner type, but once he's on the road, look ma, no hands. Aren't I so cool on this motorcycle? You all wish you could be me. Fuck yeah! By the way, the characters don't have ADD. I'm just hammering the horn button to make them taunt all the time, and it's great. I always get a kick out of seeing the Bonanza Brothers pop in and out all over their car, or watching the Virtua Fighter guys give each other a high five whenever they hit a jump. This game has personality to burn. As for voice acting, well, once again, all of the Sonic characters' voices are taken directly from Sonic 06.
I'm Sonic! Sonic the Hedgehog! I'm Sonic! Sonic the Hedgehog!
I'll do my best! I'll do my best!
Who are you? And how do you know my name? Who are you? And how do you know my name?
That line doesn't even work for racing. Why the hell would you insert it there? Still, I do love hearing Shadow lose a race.
I'll show no mercy. No!
Jeez, overreact much, Shadow? Jesus Christ. The game also has an announcer that you can turn off, but why would you want to do that? His commentary is so profound and powerful, you'll fall in love.
Who can resist a samba? Not me! I can feel that rhythm tingling in my toes! This track's twisting turns crackle with electricity! I know, that's just shocking! Boy, am I glad that race is over! I got sweat in places that don't even sweat! A hit on Ooh La La, but she'll be used to those. Ooh La La ends a fine race ahead of the pack! Well done and call me!
And by the way, ladies and gentlemen, this would be the last game ever to use the 4Kids voice cast for Sonic. Even though all the lines are taken from Sonic 06, this would be the final time that Jason Griffith was Sonic and Shadow, the final time Lisa Ortiz was Amy Rose, and the final time we'll be hearing Dan Green as Knuckles.
Shut up!
Oh, Knuckles. Wait, what? What did you just say? I swear I didn't insert that. Okay, that was one clip. Let's try another. Oh yeah! When Knuckles shoots items at people in this game, he yells, "Shut up!" Oh, I'm gonna miss that. So goodbye, 4Kids crew. It's been fun, and I look forward to talking about the new actors in the next games. Anywho, this game's great, and it has a few extra stuff worth mentioning. For one thing, not every character is going to be unlocked when you start the game. Certain people like Knuckles and Alex Kidd, as well as musical tracks and regular race tracks, must be purchased in the in-game shop menu. How do you earn currency? Simply by playing the game. When you finish a race, you get Sega Miles. You don't even have to get first place, and it doesn't have to be a certain mode. Just keep playing the game, and you can unlock everybody. And you can unlock the things you want to unlock first, so whatever you're looking forward to getting right away, it won't take long to get that. I appreciate that. The sequel kinda screws up the unlocking system, and I've always thought that kart racing games along with party and fighting games, should be way more open when you buy the game right away. I should have way more characters at the start, I should have way more tracks at the start, I'm playing with my friends, I shouldn't have to go through this long ordeal where I play through everything more than once just so we can all have the full experience, you know? That's just how I feel about racing, fighting, party games. Everything should be open, and if everything's gonna be locked, at least the Sega Miles system is a simple substitute, you know? You just play the game and you will get stuff, and that's fine with me. And this game features a mission mode where you can undertake a whole bunch of challenges that you wouldn't in a traditional Mario Kart game. Like this one, where Big the Cat has to drive through a track filled with pots, and his rank will go down with each pot he smashes. It's kind of like that one Werehog level in the Wii version of Sonic Unleashed. And then there's the drifting challenge, where the more you drift, the more points you get. And then there's this one, where Sonic must collect rings in one of the arenas that the multiplayer battle mode has to offer. So yeah, you can race with friends, as well as battle them. Thought it was worth mentioning. The mission mode is really only for completionists, and all you get for clearing them all and getting the AAA rankings is achievements for your Xbox 360. Sega Miles can unlock everything in the shop, so there's really no mandatory reason to do it, but it's there and it adds some depth to the gameplay. And of course, there is traditional Grand Prix modes, just like Mario Kart and everything else, where you race 4 tracks, the person with the most points gets the trophy. So yeah, that's the game, everyone. This game rocks so hard. It does so many things right and actually improves on a lot of the problems I feel the Mario Kart franchise has. The graphics are great, the soundtrack is great, pulling off the drifts and jumps and using items, it's all a phenomenal experience that I would highly recommend. And of course, being on non-Nintendo systems, this is likely to be the best kart racer on PlayStation 3 or Xbox 360. Okay, I haven't played Jimmy Johnson's Anything with an Engine, but I'm willing to bet that Sonic is better. I will say that there is a DS version that I've tried out, and I wouldn't actually recommend that one. For one, the controls are completely different. The physics and the momentum doesn't feel the same. A lot of the tracks have been taken down or shortened to make it smaller for the game it is, and it's not really a recommendable version at all. The Wii version is absolutely still fine, though. Like, even though there's a downgrade to graphics, the Wii still plays like the Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3 ones. So if you want to get the Wii version, by all means. You still get to experience the Miis, and you get to experience a flub in the casino area. See, when they were making the game, they were posting a whole bunch of Sonic pictures in the cards to have, like, Sonic, Shadow, Amy in the cards themselves. But apparently they screwed up and accidentally got some art of Sonia from Sonic Underground in one of the cards in the Wii version. In the Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3 versions, that was patched out. But since they can't patch the Wii version, Sonia is in one of the cards in the casino areas because, I don't know. Just a little tidbit I thought you'd like to know. I cannot recommend this game enough. It's easily one of my favorite kart racers. I come back to this one all the time, and in many ways, I actually like it more than its sequel, Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing Transformed. But I'll be talking about that game one day, and I'll tell you what I think about it later. Get this game immediately. It is so much better than every other Sonic racer that came before it, and it does the series justice. Such a great kart racer for your PlayStation 3, Xbox 360, you can't go wrong. So yeah, folks, that's Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing. Coming up next in the Sonic retrospective, we're having a throwback. It's time to experience Sonic the Hedgehog 4, Episode 1. So stay tuned for that.